Hey y'all, hey, this your girl Toni, Tonetta. I want to welcome y'all to this video. I'm going to be making making our dinner actually. So I'm making I wanted to do something with the food that I had here already. So I had potatoes, I had bags of like some shrimp and some bay scallops. So I decided to go ahead and make a seafood potato, like a casserole or a bake. So I think I made it, well, my partner Dre had made this before, kind of like similar to this. I'm going to try it this way and see how it turns out. Like I said, I'm just making this up as I go along. I did, of course, looked at like a few little videos just trying to see to make sure I don't burn up the shrimp or cook it too hard, or the scallops, that kind of thing. So I could only bake this for like 10 or 15 minutes once I get everything situated. So like I said, I'm just getting started. The only thing I've done so far, I guess I can show y'all this. Hold on. Where am I at? Lord, here we go. The only thing I've done so far was bake the potatoes. I didn't bake the actual whole potatoes. I cut them up into like little chunks so it could be like an actual bake. So the shrimp can go easy with that. So like I said, I've already cut those up. They've already baked for about 45 minutes, I believe. My skillet's getting ready, of course. I'm melting some butter. It's getting ready for the shrimp and the scallops to go into. So I'm waiting for that, y'all. But like I said, I hope y'all doing fine on this Sunday. I know I haven't seen y'all in a while as far as on the video, but I want to make sure y'all know what's going on too. And that every weekend I will have some sweets, I guess I put it that way, up for sale and that kind of thing. This weekend I had sweets boxes. They had 4 cupcakes and 2 cookies in there. And like I said, definitely the next weekend there'll be just cookies only, just to keep in mind. So if you're looking for sweets, I have your cookie fix, I guess I put it that way. But like I said, for this dinner tonight, it's going to be a seafood casserole with potatoes, shrimp, and scallops. I'm just melting the butter, y'all. Melting the butter. I'll turn it more towards, if I can. You may not be able to see it, though, but I'm trying to see. No, you probably won't. Let me go get something. I'll be right back. Right back, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I wanted to go get something to kind of prop this up a little bit so y'all can see somewhat of the skillet once I get stuff in there. So you see the potatoes sitting over here, and of course the skillet right here, y'all. Like I said, this shouldn't take me long because I'm just going to prep the shrimp and the scallops, and then, like I said, mix everything up and put it on in the oven. And I'm stirring up the potatoes now. So I actually got to mix some stuff in with these potatoes. I thought I may have had like one of those little ranch packets to season it with, but I don't have any. So what I'm going to do is use a little, because some of the videos that I saw, they use a little bit of, they use sour cream. And I'm going to use a little bit of sour cream, but we only have a little bit left anyway. And then, of course, a little bit of ranch as well to give it the extra zing. So that's what I'm going to put in here now, y'all. And you don't have to do this if you don't want. Some folks were using, what is it called? Mashed, like the homemade potatoes. They were, of course, mashed and that kind of thing. They had the mash on the bottom. I didn't want the mash. I wanted at least some chunks. I guess I put it that way since the shrimps are kind of chunky. They're and they're big size shrimp too, or nice size shrimp too. Like I said, I definitely want to put some of that in there. Like I said, that's what they were using for their base, to still make it more of like a stuffed potato, I guess you could say, or a baked potato. That's traditionally, I guess, kind of what this is a baked potato, baked potato chunks, I guess you could say too. Like I said, I'm not going to put as much ranch dressing in, or just a little bit, just to give it a little zing, y'all. And when it's done, you probably can't taste it anyway, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do with that is just stir this all out and get the parsley. Get the parsley and then stir this all up. I just had it the other day. Here it is. Get some parsley. And just go ahead and stir, y'all. Once I put some in there. And I'm going to layer this the way I want to layer it, just to let y'all know. So put a little bit of parsley in there. I don't have any chives or cilantro, so we're just going to have to deal with the parsley today. And of course, other seasonings as well, of course. It ain't going to just be chives. But, of course, I'm going to use some Old Bay, especially in the seafood. So it'll be some of that in there, too. Like I said, I'm just stirring up the potatoes to get everything coated as I can, or as best as I can, before I start cooking these shrimp, y'all. The shrimp and the scallops. I'm not going to cook them all the way, just to let you all know. I'm going to cook this, the shrimp and the scallops part way. So I still have to put this thing in the oven. And I don't want it to, the shrimps to be too cooked. Like I said before, be too hard and taste nasty. So I'm making sure that I'm, like I said, cooking these part ways. Like I said, I got that done. These are all mixed up. And next on to the shrimp. Okay. Next on to the shrimp. Let me give me another spoon. Next on to the shrimp. Okay. And the skillet is warm. The butter is melted. And I'm just, putting the shrimp on in there, y'all. And all these ingredients, like I said, we had them at home already. They were in the refrigerator, in the freezer. So I'm using what we got, y'all. And for those who are busy parents at home and that kind of thing too, if you whatever you have in your refrigerator, even if you had chicken, your freezer, even if you didn't have any seafood, you had some chicken, you can still make this with chicken. That's up to you all. You don't have to use seafood, but just keep in mind this is a good meal for busy families, of course, and those who, of course, work in that kind of thing. Want to make sure they can get something cooked and good on the table. This is our Sunday meal today, y'all. Not a whole lot, but like I said, it definitely would get our bellies full. I guess I put it that way. And we'll be good, I'm sure. And I got to get my seasonings too. As soon as I kind of stir this up some, there we go. Okay. As soon as I stir this up, there we go. Let me get some seasonings over here. Like I said, I'm definitely using the Old Bay and my Creole seasoning too. And the, which one? Because it's several of them in here. Creole, there we go. I wanted that one. I'll use a little bit of both. It doesn't matter. Okay, y'all. The seasons that I'm using, it's the Fantastic Salmon. It's like it's a seafood kind of seasoning. I guess I put it that way. So I'm putting some of that on here too. It won't come out right, but I'm getting it out as best as I can, y'all. Lord have mercy. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay. And the original Creole seasoning, I'm using some of that too. These just came from, I think they Schnucks or Walmart. I'm not even sure which one, y'all. One of the two. But I'm sure you can buy them anywhere. Any store. But I'm using the other Creole seasoning too. Because I'm notorious for not really seasoning my food well. So I'm trying to make sure I use some seasoning on her. And this is actually the famous Creole season. This is the no sauce seasoning blend. So I'm putting that on her as well. Oh, where's the Old Bay? I didn't even get the Old Bay out of there, Lord. So I'm only putting like a little bit of this on her. As soon as I get it out of there. There we go. It's good coming out. But I need the Old Bay. I had that in my hand. I'm not sure where I put it. So let me get it. Old Bay. Here it is right here. Okay. So let me go ahead and get that mixed on up. And I'll put some Old Bay in here. Yep. It smells so good, y'all, already. It smells good already. Smells good already, y'all. Okay. Here's the Old Bay. This season is causing me to sneeze, y'all. But here's the Old Bay. You can pick it up, I'm sure, from Walmart, whatever kind of store you have near you. And as they say, Old Bay is good on everything. Is what they say, especially when it comes to seafood. So I'm making sure that I get this in there. Because the potatoes themselves are not going to be seasoned at all. Except for with the parsley and the ranch sauce and stuff. So I want to make sure that I get this seasoned. And like I said, this is not going to cook all the way, just part way. Let me kind of show y'all what's going on here. Whoops. Show y'all what's going on here. Okay, like I said, those are the scallops and the shrimp. I'm just stirring them around. They're in the butter. Like I said, that's what I'm going to be pouring into these potatoes. Like I said, I'm not going to cook them all the way at all. I'm about to actually get them shut off shortly, actually. fling back around. Okay. Like I said, they're not going to cook all the way. I'm going to be getting those cut off shortly. And going on into the potatoes. Like I said, this meal, besides cooking the potatoes, you could actually probably use, I'm sure, instant mashed potatoes too. I'm sure. But like I said, for me, I just cut up, because I don't like to use instant mashed potatoes a lot at all, unless I have to. But I'd rather just cut them up. Like I said, just put them on into the skillet. Thank you, Sis Makiba, for tuning in. No, not shrimp scampi. I'm actually making some seafood potatoes, actually. It's like a casserole. I have some bay scallops, some shrimp, and of course my potatoes that's like cut like in little chunks. So I'm making a seafood bake with the potatoes, so it should be good. I'm actually about to cut this off, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this on into the potatoes. Like I said, you don't want to cook these shrimp too long, or the bay scallops, because you'll have a hard, terrible mess on your hands, I'm sure. But the stuff not being too, but it being too hard, because you got to put this in the oven for at least 10. I'm going to put 15 minutes actually on mine, but you can put 10 to 15 minutes. And Sis Makiba, like I said, this is an easy meal to make. Like I said, for those busy families, it definitely the main thing is, of course, getting the potatoes. Should have put that down there, y'all. Getting the potatoes made. Because, of course, I baked them a little while ago. I baked them earlier, actually. So, it took about 45 minutes on them to bake them. So, I cut them up in little chunks and put them on into, like, season them with some olive oil. Make sure they're all covered in olive oil. And then, of course, put a little bit of sea salt on them. And then what I did when I got them out, I put about 2 to 3 spoonfuls of sour cream and a squirter ranch dressing on them to give them some kind of zing and some kind of flavor. So, and right now, like I said, I cooked the shrimp for about a good 5 minutes in a few tablespoons of butter. I just poured that right into the potatoes. I'm going to cover this stuff in cheese and a little bit more seasoning and cheese as well. And then throw this on into the oven, y'all. And I'll show y'all that before I stick it in the oven. So give me 1 second. Let me get the cheese. Oops, Daisy. Don't you fall over on me. There we go. Oh. You put a little bit more Old Bay. I put a little bit more Old Bay on there. Just a tiny bit more. So make sure it's seasoned well, because a lot of that seasoning is in that butter in the skillet. So I, of course, didn't put all the butter in there. So. And oh no, there's no spinach at all in here. I don't have any side dish going with this at all, sis. I just have the bake. And that all has, like I said, the potatoes, the scallops, and these shrimp. I don't have any side dish at all to go along with this. I do have veggies and stuff like that, but I'm not even going to make anything to go along with it. So no, I don't have anything at all to put along with it. And you can, of course, when you're making this, you can put broccoli in it if you want to. Or you can put cauliflower. It just depends on what you're wanting in your bake. You can, like I said before, mix it with chicken. You want chicken in here too. You can mix it with all types of things. It just depends on what you're wanting. I don't know about this Gouda. Let me see. I may just use the shredded. Like I said, if you don't have to use any kind of seafood. You can just make it with chicken. I don't know about hamburger. I couldn't tell you about that one because I never made it with hamburger, but you may be able to make it with hamburger too. I guess hamburger and fries. I guess that'll have how it may turn out. Like I said, I'm just covering this in cheese, y'all. And I'll show it to you shortly too. And like I said, if you want to put some broccoli in here, I'm sure that'll be okay as well. The same as you're making some like chicken or seafood fettuccine with broccoli. It's like a similar kind of thing. It's just with potatoes. There we go. Put some cheese up on that thing. And let me get some, like I said, I put some more parsley up. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to use my, where is it? I was looking for my Italian seasoning. I don't know where that's at. Lord, that's okay. Oh, here it is. I'll put just a little bit on that. A little bit on there, the top. Instead of the parsley, because I already put some parsley. Just give it a tiny different flavor. It has a little bit of basil and stuff like that, chives and stuff like that in there too. Dried, of course. So, but like I said, that is the bake. Let me get my hands all covered in cheese dust, I guess. Let me go ahead and flip it around for y'all so I can show y'all how this looks. Like I said, this is going into the oven probably for about 15 minutes for me on this side. But you can do it between 10 and 15 minutes on your side if you like. So, but like I said, I'll definitely show y'all this. Once it comes out, I'll take a few photos and post them up for you. So I hope that you all enjoyed this cooking demo. Like I said, this one was very easy to make. Besides just making the potatoes, that's the longest thing that has to cook. Because they take about 45 minutes to cook and bake and that kind of thing. You don't have to cut it up in chunks if you don't want to put it in there. You can have this, the topping with the cheese and the shrimp on top of a baked potato if you want to keep it as a whole potato. Or you can mash the potatoes or keep it like I had, like in chunks. So that's kind of your choice how you want to eat it and do it for your family. And like Makiba was saying, as far as a side, if you want to put some broccoli in there, or she said spinach, but I'm sure spinach should taste okay in there as well. Or just have it on the side. If you want a side of veggies, go ahead and make that. If not, just eat it the way it is, y'all. And like I said, you don't have to use seafood. You can use chicken in here as well. So with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. And like I said, I'll show y'all some pictures later on of how this turned out, y'all. So take care, y'all.